This is just another stage in this generation war that happened with rock and roll, happened with television, happened with drugs. This is the latest stage.
What we've seen there has been a public scandal.
It's dangerous for the children and it's dangerous for the public.
They're taking behavioral cocaine and just sprinkling it all over your interface.
Well, of course, I've only seen it on television, but my own feeling is that, like a good deal of modern dancing, it is pagan in origin and in expression. And as one looks at the faces of those who are doing it, one cannot help but feel that it's having a bad spiritual and mental effect upon them.
For many people, it's a bigger threat to our way of life than Russian communism or hyperinflation, and it certainly generates more popular excitement than either of those.
It is the manner in which they communicate which will decide how the audience behave in a confined space, which can lead to public danger or danger to public safety.
I think that the movement that has come about in rock music today, which can take a young person and captivate that young person's mind. We have been called deprogrammers of young people. Well, at first I didn't like that term. The more I got to thinking about it, the more I did like it, because I think somebody better start deprogramming these young people.
They'd flown in from Europe, where apparently they daubed the walls of their hotel with human excrement, wrecked one bar, and in another ended up throwing beer at other customers.
The vile Beastie Boys are, according to one Tory MP, undesirables and should be banned.
I think it's a shame that you have to write articles and make up lies to sell your papers. Because it's really stupid.
Why is it on Friday night we had a man wielding a machete in our orchard chasing our lamb shouting meat?
Yeah, right. They'll just be able to tell their relatives about it. That'll be just another little adventure they've had.
Between 6 and 9:15 is a period for family viewing. Well, I think we're being palmed off. Because last Thursday evening we sat as a family and we saw a programme that started at 6:35. And it was the dirtiest programme that I have seen for a very long time.
It's a potential social menace of the first magnitude. Is that exaggeration?
Well, I thought it was absolute filth from start to finish.
Do you think it should be banned?
I do indeed, yeah. There was no story behind it or anything, and I really think it's absolute filth.
My view of it is that there's no art qualities in it at all, and there's nothing, only filth. And that's from start to finish.
There's nothing in this film that could possibly destroy anybody's genuine faith. No, that I grant you absolutely not, because it's much too 10th rate for that. But what I still contend is that someone who is young, 14 years old, seeing that without any particular background, might really imagine that that buffoonery is an expression of this great episode.
The titles of the works themselves are a catalogue of depravity.
And the title of Cannibal Holocaust, well, that says it all. What was the MP's reactions to what you showed them?
I think they were horrified by what they saw.
There seems to be a row developing in Tubbyland over Dipsy's racial origin. Is Dipsy black enough to be black, or white enough to be white?
These programmes treat children like idiots who are incapable of understanding normal English, but instead need to hear a mangled version. I'm beginning to wonder if the producers of Teletubbies are on drugs.
The cards are so in demand that a £2 pack can change hands for as much as £30. There are reports of fights and bullying in playgrounds, while some schools have banned the cards altogether.
Children were swapping cards in class, and there were so many disagreements that teachers were having to sort out. It was beginning to take an unreasonable amount of curriculum time.
Is it like ordinary selling, or are people rather shy about it?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. It seems to vary.
What do they say?
And some of them just ask for Lady C, some just give you 3 and 6, and others ask for Lady Chatterley.
Are you going to display it in the library?
No, we shan't do that.
Why not?
The reason for that is that we don't want the book to fall into the hands of any unsuspecting people who might be shocked.
What sort of people buy them?
All sorts of people.
And you understand that people might object to seeing naked women displayed all over Donegal Square?
A lot of people object, but I don't. That's not my point for to tell them why they good living and why I'm not good living. Is that right?
But what do you say to the ones who object?
Well, I just tell them I never asked them to look at it.
Although Sonic the Hedgehog is innocent enough, the content of some of the games is not innocent, and there are serious concerns that some of the more adult games that children are actually having access to are not desirable in any way at all.
The moral watchdogs are worried that with live-action pictures, the fantasy world of computer games is becoming indistinguishable from films and videos.
It's dangerous for the children and it's dangerous for the public. And it seems to me it's absolutely outrageous to teach children to maim and to murder and to mutilate in the way that this video undoubtedly does.
Fanatical fact-finding can spiral out of control, and today's report warns the problem could get worse in the next few years.
Relationship counsellors say increasing numbers of people are coming to see them, blaming the internet for their problems.
Industry insiders have told the BBC that the big social media companies are deliberately using technological tricks to addict us to their products for their own financial gain.
It's as if they're taking behavioral cocaine and just sprinkling it all over your interface.